Hey everybody, welcome to another fun and exciting video from fitbloggersguide.com. Today what I wanted to go over was these new Foodbuzz ads. I've had a lot of people coming to me with questions about how to install the ads. They're a little bit trickier than they were in the past, and so I wanted to show you guys how to get through it without having to ask a professional. So let's get right to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the instructions that they actually send with the ads and kind of give you a visual representation of what is supposed to be happening, just in case their instructions are complete gibberish to read. So let's go ahead and look at step number 1 here. First, you'll want to remove your existing Foodbuzz ad tag. Okay, basically all you're going to do here, and I think nobody really has an issue with this, you're going to go to your sidebar widgets, delete the Foodbuzz script, and you'll be good to go. Next, we're going to head on to step number 2, and this is where people tend to freeze up. It says, please see the attached text file and locate the code under header. If possible, insert that code in the header of your blog. If that's not possible, you can include the header script alongside your first ad script. Now, when you talk about editing the header and adding code to the header of your site, people tend to freeze up a little bit. So I'm going to show you the quick and dirty way to do this without, wrecking your blog, which is what I think most everybody's afraid of. So we're going to go over here to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to go to the appearance heading down to the editor. Now, the editor isn't a place you need to hang out a lot, but in this case, it's okay. Just do exactly what the video says here, okay? We're going to go to our header.php file. So we're going to open that up, and we're looking for a specific tag. The tag we're looking for is the head tag, but we're looking for the closing tag. So up here, we're going to find a tag that says head, and we can right here we see it, head profile equals, and it has a web address there. What we're looking for though is the closing head tag. So if we go down just a little bit farther, right here we see the closing head tag. This is what we wanted to see. What we're going to do is we're going to take our ad code, which this is the actual notepad file that they send to bloggers, and you can see right here it says header, and we're going to highlight everything up until it says add 1. So we have the script and we have everything up through the closing script tag. We're just going to copy that, go over here to our the head portion of our header.php file, paste it in there. You can see we have an opening script tag and a closing script tag, so our code looks good, and we're pasting it right in front of that closing head tag. Once that's done, update the file. File edited successfully. If we take a quick glance at our blog, we don't see any problems. Everything seems to be working right. So the next step is actually pretty easy. We're just going to go over here to the widgets area, and we're going to add a couple of text widgets. Looks like there's a couple in here already. They don't have anything in them, but at this point all we need to do is add our code. Now you can see, going back to the site layout really quickly, there actually are 2 sidebars over here that you can't see. The wider sidebar is the farthest right, and it's about 300 pixels wide, and the sidebar that's right here is about 160 pixels wide. And everything will be a little bit different, but just keep in mind that we want the more narrow ad right here and the wider one over here. So even though we see that this is ad number 1, and it would seem like ad number 1 goes in sidebar number 1, we actually want ad number 1 in sidebar number 2 because it's a wider column. So we're going to copy our ad code here, and we're going to copy everything between add 1 and add 2. So here we have the script again. We're going to go to our widget, and we're not going to add it to sidebar 1 because this is the wider one. We're going to add it here to sidebar 2. Now this isn't a requirement. You don't have to give this widget a title. Lots of people will add something like sponsor to their title here, and then we're going to save it. Then we're just going to do the exact same thing with the other one. We're going to go to add number 2 here. Again, we only copy everything from script, the script tag on. We don't need to copy any of this add number 2 or the numbers here. We just want script 2 all the way to the end, and then we're going to paste that into sidebar 1. And again, we'll add the sponsor. So now when we go back to our site, hit refresh, we see our Foodbuzz ads. They look great. Everything looks good. Really quickly, we'll go over what to do if you don't have a wide column and a narrow column. What if you only have 2 narrow columns? Well, if you only have 2 narrow columns, you will have to ask Foodbuzz for the appropriate code for 2 what they call tower ads. So they will have to send you some different code. For the sake of the demo here today, we're just going to we're going to go back to our themes, switch to a theme that has that more traditional 2 narrow column layout, and you can see those are here. And again, the ads aren't showing up yet because in this theme that I just created, we haven't added the correct header code to the header.php. So even though the widgets are there, again, we need to quickly go back to our header code, copy script to script, go to our editor, go to header.php. Again, we're looking for that closing head tag. Here it is again. We'll paste the code in there, update the file, and when we refresh, you can see it doesn't work because it has this, this ad's too wide. So for the sake of the demo, we're just going to hurry and go in, take the code from sidebar 1 and cover up sidebar 2. Just did a copy and paste there, and then when we refresh, we have 2 narrow columns. Now again, you can't really do that. If you need the 2 narrow columns, you'll have to ask Foodbuzz for the code for a separate tower ad. Another thing to keep in mind is if you're using a premium theme like Headway or Genesis or Thesis, lots of times the header script can be added right into the theme options. You don't have to go in and manually edit the theme itself like we did here, editing our header.php file. So keep that in mind. The first place to always check, especially if you're using a premium theme when you need to add a header script, is in the options, but in case you need to do it the quick and dirty way, that is how you can do it. Hope that this will eliminate some of your Foodbuzz ad headaches and save you a little bit of money in the process. Thanks.